Shtf food supply, and for how long? Some may say 3 days, others may say a week, others may say a month. A lot will say 6 months. The majority will say at least a year. Well, how about if you're just starting right now and you have absolutely nothing? What you have in your pantry, which is perhaps a day, is all you have, and that's it. Well, if you start coming across a lot of YouTube videos, you're going to hear all of that. 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years. But you got to start somewhere, right? And you haven't even started it and you're already overwhelmed. Calm down. You're going to hear recommendations on freeze-dried food. You're going to hear recommendations on you need to get a canner. You're going to hear recommendations as go to the store right now and get as much meat as you possibly can and buy 10 freezers and have it full. All of those recommendations, not wrong per se, but if you're starting, again, overwhelming. Let's take a step back and let's see what you can afford. A lot of people are pitching pennies, and this is something very common. Therefore, we have to be conscientious of how much we spend. So for this, let's dedicate $150. $150 that it will cover one person for one full month. Now, this, of course, is based on my experience. And you got to do what is right for you, and you have to adapt this to your way or your habits. We eat rice quite a bit. So I will say, and I'm not going to go into you need 17,000 calories, you need 20,000 calories. Quite frankly, I don't follow none of that, nor do I understand it. I will be honest with y'all. I come from a third world country. We never count calories. We didn't know what the heck that was. What we did is we eat what we could, and we eat as much as we could when we could. So I'm going to apply the same logic here because, truth to be told, if the shit hit the fan, most likely we're going to have to revert back, or at least we're going to have to revert back to the old days. So because that's what I know, that's what I'm going to advise you on. If you want to go with calories and whatnot, completely up to you. Nothing wrong with that. I just don't subscribe to that. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me, and it overcomplicates things. To me, a cup of rice is a cup of rice, and it will feed me for an entire day. Does that make sense to you? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you examples based on the things that I do and the things that have helped me. So the idea that you're going to need hundreds of pounds for a single month, that is not accurate. We in my house, we make 2 cups of rice a day. Now we add to that. We add meat, we add potatoes, we add sweet potatoes. Yesterday we have purple sweet potatoes, delicious, and so on and so forth, though, rice and whatnot. So keep that in mind. I believe that, honestly, 20 pounds of rice will be more than enough for one person for an entire month. More than enough. Why? Because if you eat a pound of rice every single day, whoa. That's all I'm going to say. Whoa. Because if 2 cups is enough for 3 people in my house, and 2 cups equals 1 pound, I'm just going to say, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. We add often beans to the rice. And what we do in our home is we can our own beans. Now, you can do that, or you can buy at the store. If I didn't mention 20 pounds of rice, and I look at these prices in Wally World. That way, you know, it's more common for everybody. But 20 pounds is roughly $11.14. Now, that's $11.14. Beans is roughly about $1.50 a pound. 10 pounds of beans will be more than enough for an entire month. But if you don't want to go with dry beans, if you want to go with cans, which in my opinion, I think it will make your life easier because they're already cooked, you can get 20 cans. And my recommendation is Goya. That's a brand. That's a Spanish brand. Goya. Goya. You can get 20 cans, and each can has about 15.5 ounces. And I wrote everything in here, so you guys, I'll give you accurate information. And they run between $1.26 and $1.50, depends. So 20 cans, roughly about $30. The way that we mainly do our rice and beans at home, and perhaps you can implement this to you, is let's say that you have your rice cooker, right? And you put your rice to cook. What we do is before we start cooking it, we already put the water, we already put the oil, we already put the salt, everything is to measure, right? We get that can and we put it in there, that can of beans, and we let everything cook together. I'll tell you what, delicious, and it increases the volume of your rice. Something for you to consider. If you would like me to do a video showing you how I cook that, which is really, really easy, let me know, and I can definitely do that for y'all. But right there you have $30 if you choose to go the most expensive and to me the easiest route, because those beans in the cans are already cooked. So that's $30. So if you want to go the other route, you're talking about $15. So half a price. But then you're going to have to cook, and then you're going to have to spend time, energy, and whatnot. So for easy, I would say the cans. 20 cans will be more than enough for a 30-day supply. Trust me on this. We have tested that before. That's why I'm making these recommendations. Now, you need, or you don't need, but I would suggest you to have some sort of meat, proteins, more hefty than just beans. So the consensus in the prepper community is Spam. Right? Some folks don't like Spam. I understand that, but for this, you know, let's choose Spam because it's cheap, it's plentiful, and it's, you know, it's something that you can literally eat it off the can. So let's choose that we're gonna eat half a can in lunch, during lunch, and half a can during dinner. I mean, if you want to eat, just want to have one meal, that's good enough. But I would recommend 30 cans, okay, for one person. If you're gonna go with Spam, I recommend you to get the Great Value brand. That is the Walmart brand. Why? Because it's $2. The regular Spam brand is a little bit more expensive, and it brings pretty much the same. So 30 cans at $2 is gonna cost you $60. Does that make sense? Okay, hopefully. And again, you can eat it just like that, or you can throw it in a pan and just fry it a little bit. I prefer just fry it a little bit. In fact, I cut it in little pieces and I fry it, and I put it in there with that rice with beans cooked inside already. I'll tell you what, it is delicious. It is delicious. Now, if you want to switch things a little bit, and if you want to add Vienna sausage, which they're everywhere. Again, 6 packs is about $4.84. You can get it on special. If you buy more, like 12 packs and whatnot, probably it's going to be cheaper. But for here, you know, to give you something to switch around and have extra proteins. And I know that a lot of people are going to say, Vienna sausage suck, Billy. if we in Cuba we would have all the Spam in the world and all the Vienna sausages in the world, we wouldn't be so skinny. So take that for what it's worth. When you are hungry, you will eat. Fortunately enough, I like eating these things. I do. That's why I eat it regularly. So for this right now, you will get 4 packs of 4 6-packs at $4.84. That is $19.36. So all of that, $11.14 for the rice, $30 for the cans of beans, $19.36 for the Vienna sausages, and $60 for the Spam. That's about $120.50. But we said that we have $150. I'm giving you extra so you can get your oil, your cooking oil, which is, a gallon is about $8.52. You can get your salt, which is $1.50, a thing of salt. You can get your seasoning and whatnot. If you want to get, like little soups, by all means. So what I'm giving you, $150, is way more than enough for you to have a 30-day supply of food. And it's not going to take a lot of space, to be honest. It really will not take a lot of space. The one that it will take the most space will be the Spam, but you can stack it on top of each other. So hopefully this gives you ideas. These are things that we eat all the time. In fact, I came in here because I'm having for lunch white rice and sardines. And Last was having Spam, and I said, no, I want to have sardines. I'm craving sardines, and this one the ones with the olive oil. So it's just throw it in there, and that's it. Listen, I was here. I will eat it if I have to. If you have that mindset, if you think you can do it, by all means. I like eating all of these things. Not just because I have to, but because I want to. And because I want to, and to me it really does taste yummy, I don't think I will go through such a hardship if the poop hits the fan tomorrow. Because I am accustomed of eating all of these things. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. Don't forget to go and subscribe to the second channel that we just created. Very easy to find. You're going to find a link in the comment section below and in the description. Frontier Preppers 2.0. Just in case this one goes away, because you never know what YouTube may do tomorrow. Again, like I was, rock on, prep on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the links in the pinned comment below. Consider joining our Frontier Prepper squad or let an ad to you run. It really does make a difference. And always remember, those who prepare today will not struggle tomorrow.